And now I sign legislation which takes a sledgehammer to another wall, one which has for too many generations separated Americans with disabilities from the freedom they could glimpse but not grasp. And once again we rejoice as this barrier falls, proclaiming together, we will not accept, we will not excuse, we will not tolerate discrimination in America.
Hi, I'm Kate Young, and I'm reporting for SUNY OTA TV. As we approach the year 2000, we are going to take a look back at the past decade to assess some of the wonderful changes that have created boundless opportunities for the occupational therapy. On July 26, 1990, President George H.W. Bush signs legislation that prohibits discrimination against all persons with disabilities in all areas of public life. This includes jobs, schools, transportations, and all public and private facilities or places that are open to the general public. It's been noted that there are about 43 million Americans with mental or physical disabilities, including those with speech and hearing impairments. The purpose of this civil rights law is to make sure that people with disabilities have the same rights and opportunities as everybody else. This law also provides enforceable standards that address discrimination. It also ensures that the federal government plays a central role in enforcing standards. And lastly, this law is to create regulations for employers, public transportation systems, telecommunication systems, and public accommodations. The ADA is divided into titles or sections that relate to the different areas of public life. The first section is employment. OTs have the opportunities to collaborate with organizations that employ persons with disabilities by making accommodations in the physical environment. The OTs can enable part-time or modified work schedules, restructure, or reassign positions. The employment piece also provides on-the-job assistance to coworkers to help train and educate awareness of disabilities. Programs like workshops and seminars can be planned and carried out by occupational therapists. The second title or section is titled Public Services. This includes state and local governments. Public transportation, like buses and trains, are to be made accessible to those with disabilities. New buses are required to be wheelchair accessible, as well as at least one train car is to be accessible in the paratransit system. Children and adolescents with disabilities are to be included as well, no exception. Daycare settings, schools, stores, recreation and entertainment venues are prime environments and that they are constantly learning and growing in. Having this access enables children and adolescents with disabilities to continue their daily habits and routines while being mobile. Having this access will allow them to continue to grow and become more independent. And after the commercial break, Tesla will bring you back to the second half of the act.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With Mentos fresh and full of life, nothing gets to you. Staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life, fresh goes better. Mentos fresh, fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Welcome back to this special Decade in Review edition of Channel 5 OTA TV. Before the break, Kate introduced the first two sections of the Americans with Disabilities Act. I'm here to talk about the next two. This section of the ADA allowed children and adolescents with disabilities to feel more included in their community. This section is broken down into detail, entitled Public Accommodations and Services Provided by Private Entities. Within this section of the ADA, it talks about services and public accommodations that absolutely cannot be denied to children and adolescents with disabilities. Such accommodations in public entities include, but are not limited to, play and entertainment environments, schools, restaurants, and community centers. This section goes on to include sports and shopping environments, personal care services and environments which consist of doctor's office, hair salons, and barber shops. Also, locker rooms, fitting rooms, and public bathrooms must all be accessible. In summary, all public places must make the proper adjustments to be inclusive to the children and adolescents with disabilities. OTs can play a very large role in this step towards accessibility. OTs can participate in creating accessible physical or social environments by making their clients feel comfortable as well as those of the general public. OTs act as sort of a mediator between the client and family and managers of the public entities. This allows for a safe and positive environment. Moving on to the next title of the ADA, telecommunications. This is a required service provided by equipment manufacturers and service providers because of the Telecommunications Act that was amended in 1996. This act was amended to ensure that people with speech and hearing impairments are provided with services and devices to enhance communication. In addition to telecommunication devices, the Assistive Technology Act was signed into law in 1998 and now refers to assistive technology as any item, piece of equipment, or product system that is used to increase, maintain, or improve functional capabilities of individuals with disabilities. These acts, in addition to the ADA, allowed the best opportunities for those with speech and hearing impairments to have access to things such as phone books, telephone services, and cable programming. OTs can act as a gateway to people without access to telecommunication devices by teaching the clients how to best utilize these devices for daily use. Because of this section of the ADA, individuals have access to closed captioning on their televisions, allowing them to have access to this program. In addition, provisions were made in the ADA to grant protection against harassment for persons implementing the law and an explanation that technical assistance is available. Overall, the ADA is a very important law to better serve individuals with disabilities to help improve their overall quality of life. In addition, this provided more opportunities for OTAs to work with individuals with disabilities and utilize more accessibilities within communities.
Every day, America Online is making it easier for people to live, work, and play.
Hey, Dan, ready for the game? I'm just finishing up here with my new kayaking friends.
Kayaking friends on your computer?
Yeah, I just got America Online.
Sounds great. Listen, I can't go to the game today.
What?
I've got to send something for my mom's birthday. It's tomorrow. I'll then book plane tickets for our trip next week, and my kids got to go to the library to look up dinosaurs.
Hey, we can take care of all that before we go.
Yeah, right.
Oh, with America Online.
America Online can do all that?
Yeah. How about sending your mom some nice flowers? All you do is click on Marketplace. We place an order.
Call now for America Online, a new way to use your computer to communicate, have fun, and get instant news and information.
Flowers are sent.
Welcome back to SUNY OTA TV. Now we're going to talk about the AOT PAC, or the American Occupational Therapy Political Action Committee. The AOT PAC is in charge of raising funds and donating money to candidates that are running for office who support occupational therapy. They also hold events that inform the voters and gather support for the occupational therapists. In '93, they held their first national legislative conference in Washington, D.C. 245 people were in attendance at this event. 2 days of the conference was dedicated to health policy debriefings, and then 1 day of the meeting was for the representatives and the advocates of OT. It was such a success that the AOT PAC decided to do it again in '94, '95, and '97. We also have the IDEA, which is also the Individuals with Disability Education Act. This played a big part in occupational therapy in schools. This law ensures that kids with disabilities will get an equal opportunity to learn in school, and it requires that the state establish procedures for children to learn to their maximum potential by providing things such as assistive technologies and IEPs. It also gives the parents an opportunity to become more involved in the decisions for their children's education.
Light bright, turn on the magic of colored lights. Light bright,
Just pop in the colored pegs and follow the patterns. It's easy to make beautiful pictures with Light Bright, or create your favorite characters with Light Bright refills like Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Tailspin, and The Little Mermaid.
Light bright, turn on the magic of shining light.
Light Bright from Milton Bradley.
Huh. Oh. What? We're on? Now. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Dave Grinnell, SUNY OT TV. Now, I was just reading this real good magazine I got from my doctor's office called the OT Practice. And it's just got some good stuff in here. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dave, why are you in your studio? Well, it's because they cut our funding. And it's all because of the Balanced Budget Act of 1997. Now, you see, the BBA was introduced to slow the rising Medicare costs and putting a cap on the outpatient therapy. Now, that being that your skilled nursing facilities, your physician's offices, your home health agencies, along with the physical therapists, their private offices. Now, this cap imposed a $1,500 in expenses per calendar year. However, when they passed it, they made a mistake, and the OT department got the $1,500 all by itself, while the PT and the speech had to share the $1,500. So take that, PT.
Kate from SUNY OTA TV, signing off. Have a great night and Happy New Year.